I create a column which is 4 zeros. Yes, this is a column. I can print it. Print column. This is the list, so it will print it as a list. Yes? So you cannot hope to create a matrix of independent columns doing something like column times 3. You already saw this. I can use just print matrix. Let's forget about print matrix for a bit. If you do it this way, okay, this is not what we want. We could use it, you could use what I did at the beginning, which was not a good idea. And you have these 3 columns of 4 rows each. So you have 3 columns of 4 positions, 4 vertical positions. This is not a great idea either. Why? Because I do something like matrix 0, 0. So I'm changing the first column, first row. If I change this, I say, okay, I want a 1 here. If I print matrix again, this is not what we wanted. Yes, remember from the beginning of the class? So how can we fix this? So we can create a matrix that is empty. Yes. We ask the user how many rows does he or she want. So we know for E in range, let's say he wants n columns and n is equal to, I don't care, n is equal to 4. The number of rows is 4. And then for each row, or for each, let's say, we want to create n columns. So 4 is the number of columns. And then for each of the columns, I create them, just a list of zeros. So these are a column with row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3. Yes? And now I just append it to matrix. So matrix append column. Now, look at it. I created a column and I append it to the matrix. Yes? So in principle, it should be the same, but it's not. Because we are creating the column anew each time. So for each column, I'm creating the list. So if I print matrix, you can see that it's the same. We have 4 columns. Let's make it take value 3. So we have 3 columns, each having 4 positions. So we have a matrix 4 by 3. And now, if I change position 0, 0, which is first column, first position, the rest is not changing. Because now, this column is different each time. It's a new column, for each value n. Yes? But still, imagine n is the number of columns and m is the number of rows. Now, right now we have it like this. M, which is the number of rows, is 4. But what if we wanted to have a value of 5? Well, we could do it like this. But what if the number is 50? Or if we have to ask the user each time, how many rows does he or she want? Well, we could create something like this. And this would work. Let's write 10. So we have a list of 3 columns, each having 10 positions. So 10 by 3 matrix. And now, as you can see, if I modify the first column, first position, and I put a 1 here, the rest of the matrix is not changing. So this is what you want to create. You want to ask the user, you want to ask the user for a number of columns and a number of rows. And then you could use this. For instance, this is just an example of how to do this. And use this matrix as the board of your game. Yes? We can use this print matrix function that I created before to see how it looks. And as you can see, this has 3 columns and 10 rows. If I change the number of rows, let's say 5, then the matrix is 5 by 3 instead of 10 by 3. Is this clear? Questions?